hands, friends and neighbors, sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better and growing stronger every day. Taking pride in Mobile, haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going, taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. There's a feeling of excitement, you can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far.
When you take a look around you, no matter where you stand, you see proud families, friends and neighbors, sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better, growing stronger every day. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Taking pride. Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Come on, let your spirit show. Taking pride in Mobile. We're growing, shining, winning, so we're taking pride in Mobile. We're old, we're young, we're fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. We're old, we're young, fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
And you may see some smoke due to a grass fire on I-65 between Government Boulevard and Airport Boulevard. Also, we have some congestion developing on Highway 31 between Spanish Fort and Highway 59. It's a 15-minute drive. And watch for a crash in Milton, Cobblestone Drive at Highway 197A. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
How's everybody doing?
And remember, Greer's got it. We guarantee it.
And now, live from Mobile, Alabama, as the stomach churns, starring Uncle Henry, coming to you through Electro Voice microphone. Joining Henry will be callers, emailers, radio and internet listeners. So without further ado, in the style of that great country music legend Minnie Pearl, here's Henry!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Once again, here we are together, me and you, trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on in the world around us? Now, I would like to begin, as we get through all the stuff going on here, a big congratulations to Mayor-elect Spiro Chirigatis and Lucy Greer and their families and all the people that worked with them. Just everybody involved in that campaign. Congratulations to them on their victory. What looked to be a close one to many of us. Congratulations to Mayor-elect Spiro and his family on the victory. And a little bit of history now, as we witnessed yesterday, with the next mayor of Mobile being the young former Judge Spiro Chirigatis. Would love to hear from you as to why you think it turned out the way it did. Just curious. Why do you think it broke the way it broke? And it turned out the way that it turned out. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Spiro had quite a money advantage over Barbara Drummond. Barbara Drummond still came very close. She came very, very close, even with that huge disadvantage money-wise. Still came very close. I'm sure many other people smarter than me have already analyzed this for you in Mobile radio talk, online, social media, even in the antiquated news websites out there. I'm sure you've already heard a lot of analysis or read a lot of analysis today, but I can, just from my perspective, I thought that the big endorsements that came in from people like Pete Buttigieg lit a fire under some people. I just think some voters that may have just thought, well, I don't know, is it that important that I vote? I think a lot of these bringing in things that reminded people of national politics, I think that may have motivated some of the Spiro voters. But then again, I don't know. You probably talk to more people than I do about this kind of stuff. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. But quite a mayor's race. It wasn't nearly as nasty as it could have gotten. We've seen nasty mayor's races in the past. I don't want to bring up too many of them, but we've seen nasty mayor's races in the past. We've also seen lunatics run in the past. It was kind of civilized in many ways, this election. So I'm thankful for that, but I'm still curious as to why you think it went the way that it went. So if you have any thoughts on that, I would love to hear from you. Now, today there was a Mobile City Council meeting. I will share with you some coverage of that because there were some things said about the election at the city council meeting today. So we'll get to all of that and more as the Uncle Henry Show proceeds here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Now, before I share more thoughts on the mayor's race or the excitement in Chickasaw with their new mayor, they got a new mayor in Robertsdale, Pritchard. We had a lot of new mayors popping up. Before we get to any of that other stuff, let me go to the phones. I do have a living caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry.
Yes, hello. You're live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, I got my wife behind me talking about say it, say it, say it.
Okay.
She just want to tell you what a great time she had.
What do you mean?
Hey, Uncle Henry.
Hey there. What, we're talking about a great time at the election yesterday?
You can't hear.
At the election, I had a good time, and I was glad I voted. And I thank you for helping me make a logical decision.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. Well, I want to thank, by the way, this is Cliff and Mrs. Cliff on the phone with us. I went out to dinner. My wife and I went out to dinner with Cliff and his wife this past Friday and had a wonderful time. I just want people to know how it was such a great joy to spend time with both of you. You are both, you uplift people. So it was great to have that companionship.
Oh, we love
Man, that was what I call elegant.
Top of the line.
That was beautiful. That was she called out of this world.
Yeah.
We thank you and your gracious wife. She was a great host. And I'll tell you something else. It's not about what color. It's not about politics. It's about good people. You have a blessed day.
Amen. Well, you too. You have a blessed day too. Thank you very much, Cliff and Mrs. Cliff, for the nice phone call here at the beginning of the show. But yeah, we went out. Cliff has helped the Uncle Henry Show through the years. There were many years when we were doing Caller of the Year competitions that I know he won at least once. He may have won more than once for Caller of the Year. And so that having his great phone calls that make me think a big help to the program. And also his wife, she organized and proceeded over my wedding to my wife. This is something that I've never talked about on the air. I thought I was going to be talking about Spiro winning the election, and suddenly I'm talking about this. But had a wonderful, wonderful marriage ceremony that was completely organized by Cliff's wife. And just going to be in our hearts for the rest of our lives, the great kindness that we have received from Cliff and his wife. And my wife and I, after the dinner, we talked about, amongst ourselves, about how wonderful it is to have these relationships with people, and how one of the great forms of education there is. You can learn a lot from reading books, no doubt. You can learn a lot from going to school, no doubt. But the best way to learn in life, I think, is by talking to other people and by traveling to places that you're not from. And we learned a lot just from talking to Cliff and his wife. And I could tell that Cliff has learned an incredible amount just from his travels in the world. So anyway, thank you for that. Look, going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get back into the election. I've got voicemails on the outcome I want to share with you. I've got coverage of the city council meeting where they talked about the election last night. We'll get into all of that as the Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
And you may see some smoke due to a grass fire on I-65 between Government Boulevard and Airport Boulevard. Also, we have some congestion developing on Highway 31 between Spanish Fort and Highway 59. It's a 15-minute drive. And watch for a crash in Milton, Cobblestone Drive at Highway 197A. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
YouTube viewers, thank you, YouTube viewers, for looking at the program. And I want to thank Chuck and others who subscribed to me on YouTube yesterday. Thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. Pat Netley, God bless you. KP of shirtbutter.com. Ben Griffin of beautiful Baldwin County. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley, Alabama. Oh, yeah, I bet. Well, hey, 68-year-old Chris, I bet you learned a lot of learning there visiting Southeast Asia. Metalhead, hello to you. Timmy Watkins, No Wire Hangers, Richard Harvey. The Love Freak 69, Bama Big Man, Larry Morting, Stephen Breland, JD. Thank you to Stephen Breland, by the way, for always trying to keep me informed on what's actually happening. Thank you for connecting me to reality, Stephen Breland. JD, thank you all for looking in on the Uncle Henry program on YouTube. And the No Wire Hangers. I've never watched the movie Mommy Dearest. I've never watched it because I'm a man. As a male, there's no need or desire to watch Mommy Dearest. But No Wire Hangers, I'm assuming that your screen name is some reference to Joan Crawford and her specifications on how clothing should be put in a closet. Now, let's see. Going to be back on the radio here in a couple of minutes. Ben Griffin watched a couple of episodes of Alice last night. And, hey, Bama Dude 38, thank you for looking in from Gardendale, Alabama. I was looking at, and Spencer Smith. Hey, Spencer Smith of Skyline Soul. They're going to be, I forgot where they're going to be. I put it up on the Facebook page, but they're going to be playing this weekend. Skyline Soul, the very muscular, aggressive drummer, Spencer Smith. I forgot what I was going to tell you. Oh, Alice. Ben Griffin watching 2 episodes of Alice. You know, I admired Alice, the show, with Holly Holiday as Flo, saying Kiss My Grits. But I have no desire. I'm sure I've seen every episode. I have no desire to revisit it. No offense to it. It served its purpose. It entertained me. But I have no desire to ever see it again. And, but I do have a desire to rewatch the Beverly Hillbillies. In fact, I'm thinking about, I've got to figure out a way. I wish those episodes were in public domain. I would devote my life to dissecting each episode on social media for future generations, but not in public domain, I don't believe. All right, going to be, and I think it was on this date or yesterday's date that the Beverly Hillbillies debuted in 1962. All right, back on the radio. And the multi-fandom girly. KP, I will think of stunts to get more subscribers to the show. Maybe I'll eat bugs. Maybe during the commercial breaks I'll eat bugs.
With compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. It's 5:20. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes from Fox 10 and Fox Radio National News. There was a Mobile City Council meeting today, and there were reactions to last night's victory, the Sparrow victory. Now, I've got just a very brief remarks from Mobile Mayor Standy Simpson. The sound was not working at the beginning of the meeting for the YouTube. So I guess that was a blessing in some ways. But the sound, somebody decided to turn the sound on, and it came on in the middle of Mayor Stimson's remarks. And so here we join Mayor Standy in the middle of his remarks as he talks about the election. Here is some post-election remarks from Standy Simpson from today's Mobile City Council meeting.
And we know from Scripture that where...
Quoting some Scripture. They turned the microphone on just in time to get some Scripture quotation.
And we know from Scripture that where brothers live in harmony and where brothers are united, that God commands a blessing. And so my encouragement to Mayor-elect Spiro is to find a way to make sure that God's face still shines upon the city of Mobile as he tries to unite us and move us forward. I'm excited to work with him in a transition plan. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that all the institutional knowledge that we've learned over the last 12 years and the things that of how we can move the city forward, deposit that with him, and then as he puts his team together, we will be in the background, and if he needs our help, we'll be glad to give it to him. But he will be the mayor, and I'll be Citizen Sandy. But I really believe that the best is yet to come for the city. I also want to thank Lisa Lambert. I've never run an election. None of us in here have ever run an election. But I sense that it's not an easy thing to do. And she's probably aged 10 years over the last few days or the last 3 weeks. So, Lisa, thank you so much for what you've done.
All right there. Got a little scriptural reference from the mayor. And also, he mentioned something, the institutional knowledge, wanting to make sure they pass down what institutional knowledge they have to the next administration. I don't know if that resonates with you or not. I don't know what kind of work you've done in your life, but I've worked for companies where people have been laid off in the past. I'm not mentioning any company by name, but I've worked for some companies where people have been laid off. And one of the things you miss, you miss the people that get laid off, but you also miss what they knew, the institutional knowledge, that the experience that walks out the door. So I'm glad that they're trying to make sure that they prepare the incoming administration with as much institutional knowledge as they can before they come in and run things. I know it doesn't sound like much to you, but in practice, it's very important. If you have somebody handing off a baton that doesn't want to hand it off and they don't want to be helpful and pass all this stuff on, it can cause some problems. So glad to hear that. Let's see some more congratulations. Here is Mobile City Councilman Joel Daves.
All right, District 5, Councilman Daves. Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to congratulate Mr. Cherigatis on his victory. I thought both candidates ran good campaigns, and I think that the voters of the city of Mobile have spoken. I want to commend Representative Drummond on her concession speech, which I thought was very warm-hearted and tended to heal the wounds that are sometimes created during elections. So I thought it was overall a very well-run election, and commend the candidates. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Daves. District 2.
All right, and let's see. Gina Gregory also with some congratulations.
District 7, Vice President Gregory.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to join my colleagues and Mayor Stimson in thanking Lisa Carroll, our City Clerk and Chief Elections Officer, and all of your staff, and of course all of the administration folks who were involved in last month's and then yesterday's election. It is a very difficult, very time-consuming job, and you all do it well. Thank you very much for all that you did. Also, congratulations to our mayor-elect, Jerry Gaddis. We look forward to working with him and his team and moving the city forward. I also want to commend Representative Drummond for her campaign. Very well run, very positive campaign. And also, last night when the mayor-elect made his concession speech, I was very happy to hear him say one of the first things he would do would be to reach out to Representative Drummond in order to talk with her and see how they can work together on some of the things that she brought to the table and was concerned about during the campaign. And I certainly hope that happens and that we all get together and work toward uniting the city as best we can in these next 4 years. So again, congratulations to everybody. I appreciate all of that. And to almost Citizen Sandy, thank you for all you've done for the city. We look forward to saying that a couple more times.
All right. Now, there was a little bit more. Congratulations. There was one other councilman that wanted to congratulate the candidates and the way they ran their races.
Josh Wood. Jock Wood.
Yes, Jock Wood, who rarely speaks at length at the city council meeting.
District 6, Councilman Woods.
Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, want to congratulate Mayor-elect Chair Goddess and also comment that on Representative Drummond, the race and her concession speech that she had. It definitely was a move towards uniting. And again, I respect Representative Drummond a lot. The race that both of them ran were very good, and I think yesterday's results show that. But kind of just to echo what the mayor said, moving forward, obviously, we pick a candidate that then we go vote for our candidate, and we have the signs in the yards, we have the bumper stickers, but today that's over with. We have a mayor-elect. We know who the next mayor is going to be, and I really just want to just emphasize the importance of coming together. Mobile's best days are ahead of her, and the only way we're gonna achieve those best days, the only way we're gonna have those best days is that if we unite and we come behind our city and we support our candidate that was elected, the candidate-elect, our mayor-elect. Again, the best days of the city of Mobile are ahead. There's 7 council districts. There's over 200,000 people that call themselves Mobilians. And it's going to take each one of us, even though, and I won't dive into my diatribe of the lack of voting turnout, but that's for another day. But I do appreciate everyone that did come and vote. Thank you to District 6. You came out, you voted, you outdid yourself. So I really do appreciate that. But again, I just want to really emphasize that moving forward, it's going to take all 7 districts. It's going to take the new mayor to push Mobile to the next step. So I just wanted to comment on that.
Josh Wood. Jock Wood.
Yes, Jock Wood gaining in gravitas at City Hall. More show after the break.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
In Pensacola, an accident was moved to the left shoulder on I-10 westbound at the off-ramp to I-110. On Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's an 8-minute drive. On Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Spirit Chair Goddess will be the next mayor of Mobile. It was a close race between Chair Goddess and Barbara Drummond. The former judge thanking his family and supporters as watch party at the Crown Hall downtown last night. Chair Goddess will take office in November. Now, with the start of the new term, the mayor's salary will go up from $125,000 to $195,000. Officials say 2 people are dead after an Amtrak train and a car collided past Christian Tuesday night. Police say both people in the car died in the crash. The coroner identifying the victims as Douglas Craddock and Taviana Elegant from Long Beach. Amtrak officials say the crash happened around 7 p.m. near Davis Avenue when the train hit a car blocking the tracks. It's unclear if the car was trying to cross the tracks or stopped on them. The train, part of the Mardi Gras service, was expected to drop off passengers in Mobile around 9 p.m. Scammers are preying on families with loved ones behind bars. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office says The fraudsters are calling people, claiming they can get relatives out of jail for a fee. But investigators warn these deals are fake, and families are losing big money. These scammers aren't just making random calls, they're pulling personal details online to make their story sound real. Sheriff Paul Birch says scammers are using the jail log to find out who's been arrested, and if someone calls on behalf of your family member and wants you to pay them to get out of jail, don't do it. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. Shooter opening fire at a Dallas ICE facility, leaving 3 detainees injured and 1 dead. Texas Governor Greg Abbott on the Fox News channel says he's concerned about incidents of political violence.
This is not the first time this has happened in the state of Texas. It's not the first time it's happened across the United States. And so we have a serious problem across this country.
Anti-ICE messages were found on the bullets. The shooter is dead due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. In Concord, North Carolina, Vice President J.D. Vance blaming Democrats for recent political violence.
It is primarily on one side of the political aisle. So, if we are going to truly go after the political violence in this country, we need the Democratic leadership of Washington, D.C. to look in the mirror.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has been saying political violence has no place in America. Utah authorities have not found a motive for the man charged with killing Charlie Kirk. America's listening to Fox News.
When you're hiring,
YouTube viewers going to be back on the radio here in less than 3 minutes. Let me check and see. Pat Nelly, yes, I voted. My polling place was different this time, but the last city election, Tuskers was one of the poll workers, one of the poll workers. So yes, I have also voted where Tuskers was a poll worker. All right, let's see. Going to be back on the radio here now in about 2 minutes. What can I tell you? Is there anything I can tell you about before I go back? 68-year-old Chris, will I be here the next 2 days? I guess. What do you know that I don't know? Have you heard a rumor? I am going to be here the next 2 days unless I can think of a good excuse. If I can think of a good excuse. Let me see. What can I tell you? Oh, there's one story. You probably already heard this, but the new top-selling beer in the United States of America is Michelob Ultra. That has become the best-selling beer in the country. Now, it used to be Modelo. And they're claiming that Hispanic consumers are cutting back on buying Modelo, and that's why they say they've dropped. And so now, Michelob Ultra has become the best-selling beer in the country. Now, does that tell you, what does this tell you? Because once upon a time I've had Michelob Ultra. This tells me that America really must not like beer. We must not like it. I mean, Michelob Ultra, doesn't it taste like, it tastes like a beer that people buy when they want people to think they're drinking beer, but they don't really want to drink beer. They want to look like they're drinking beer, but they really don't want to drink beer if they're buying Michelob Ultra. No offense if you love Michelob Ultra. I'm just saying. All right, back on the radio.
Anymore without Glenn. The Glenn Beck Program. This we do for you. Weekday mornings at 8. You know what we're facing. On WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:35. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. After the voting was done, I got some voicemails phoned in to the Uncle Henry Show. Let's see. Let me go to this voicemail from, I think this was earlier today.
Roll Tide, Uncle. Well, Uncle, it looks like the city of Mobile's new mantra should be, Spiro's got it.
Spiro's got it. Do you guarantee it? All right, well, thank you, 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley, for the voicemail. Let's see. Now, before the final results were announced, Buford called in and was convinced Barbara Drummond had won. I'm not going to play that message for you. I don't want to embarrass Buford too much. But here he called back. He called back later.
Andrew, this here's Buford. Thank God I was wrong in my prediction. I didn't think he was going to pull it off there for a minute. Man, Mobile will live to see a few more years. You have a good day.
Buford, thank you very much for your voicemail. The voicemail number 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Here is the Snake Trapper.
Hey, Uncle Henry, Snake Trapper. My goodness, man, this mayoral race was way too close here in Mobile, Uncle Henry. The most important thing you can do as a citizen of your county, state, and federal government, Uncle Henry, is to get out and vote. Participate in your elections. You ain't got to get out and wave flags on side the road, but my goodness, you have got to use your voice, or we're going to lose this country to socialism, Uncle Henry. Mobile got close. Like the great President John Kennedy once said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. The most important thing is to get out and vote. All right, Uncle Henry, I just want to share that with you, buddy. That was a close one. Man, if we ever dodge getting snake bit, we did it then, Uncle. You have a good day, my buddy.
All right, Snake Trapper, thank you very much for your voicemail. Really do appreciate the voicemail there. Voicemail number again, 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976. Now, the Snake Trapper quoting JFK, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Another Mobilian who quoted JFK once upon a time was former Mobile City Councilman and former mayoral candidate Fred Richardson.
That's not what the city can do for you this time, what you can do for this city.
Now, the context for that, why would Fred Richardson quote JFK? It was all about raising your taxes.
That's not what the city can do for you this time, what you can do for this city.
All right. Let's see, what other voicemail can I get to here? I believe I got one more.
Yes, Uncle Henry. It's about, it's early in the morning, not real early, but it's early. I just wanted to call and tell you that I believe what you did helped Mobile tremendously. What I mean is, when you played that clip from Miss Barbara Drummond about how she felt about President Trump, I think enough people heard that, and they shared it with a lot of people, and those people shared it with a lot of people. And enough people heard that to put Mr. Spiro Chirigatis over the top. I really appreciate what you've done. I don't know if your radio station would appreciate it, but I do. And I'm sure a lot of other people do too. Thanks, Henry. Bye-bye.
All right, sir. Well, thank you, sir, for that. But I'm sure I wasn't the only one. Now, I don't listen to all the other stations in town because I'm busy. Even though the other stations in town are doing a great job, but I don't get to hear all the other talk shows. I'm sure that was played on all the other talk shows as well. But thank you for listening to this show and wanting to give a shout out there. But as I said at the beginning of this program, I think that a lot of people would not have been as motivated if there weren't such a strong national, the introduction of national party politics to Mobile's mayoral election. I've watched all of these elections since Outlaw and Dow. That was my first one I really paid close attention to as an adult. Outlaw, Dow, I don't remember any kind of left-right Republican Democrat then. I don't remember left-right Republican Democrat fighting for any of the Dow elections. I don't remember it during the Sam Jones years. I don't remember it. This is the first time I remember that being there in the background. And I don't believe that the Spiro campaign brought it in. It was having endorsements from Pete Buttigieg and Senator Cory Booker. And then on the very last day, right before the vote, you get Kamala. That may have motivated. I don't know how many people it may have motivated, but I think it motivated some people to go and vote. And this is just personal opinion time. I think if all of those endorsements were not there, that if it had just been Barbara Drummond talking about how much she loves Mobile, and she's very eloquent at talking about it. She really does. I believe she does love Mobile. I've heard her talk about it a lot. I think if you had left the mayor of Birmingham out of it, and Cory Booker, and all these other people, that some voters would not have felt like they had to go to the polls like the house was on fire. I think she motivated some people in a way that she probably did not think she would motivate people. Hello, caller.
Hey, this is Jimmy the Economist.
Jimmy, you are live on the radio.
Only comment about that mayor thing. You mentioned the word some people would get out for after those endorsements, but this thing was tight.
Yes.
It didn't take too many more, you know. I mean, this Spiro guy got on by the hair to his chinny chin at the best.
Yeah.
But maybe Barbara can get it done next time. She just doesn't bring up Cory Booker. But how about them dogs this week? Go Dogs, sick 'em. Yes, the Georgia Dogs playing at home against Bama. I hope they rout that tail. Send that elephant back home to the puke house. It doesn't happen much, to be honest. So it would be very nice if it happened this time of the year, this coming weekend. What do you think?
Well, I like many Alabama fans, I don't know I have no idea what to expect now. And I feel like I know what to expect out of Georgia. You got Kirby Smart. You just have a great program there, but I don't know what to expect from Alabama. So I have no idea how it's going to turn out. Of course, I'm hoping for an Alabama victory.
Well, I'll take a Georgia victory by the hair on our chinny chin. I can promise you that.
I'm sure you will.
The last time they played in Athens was 10 years ago. It rained like hell. I was there. I mean, I lost 2 or 3 cell phones. Whatever I had, I lost that day. And, of course, Saban put the whooping on us.
Well, Jimmy, I wish you the best. I'm out of time for this segment. Thank you for your call.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
If you're traveling on Highway 59 from I-10 down to Gulf Shores, it's a 48-minute drive. Also slowing down on Highway 31 from Highway 59 to Spanish Fort, it's a 17-minute drive. Has been moved to the left shoulder, I-10 westbound at the exit to I-110. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
The new Dell AI PC with Intel Core Ultra helps you fast forward through busy work, like editing images, summarizing.
YouTube viewers going to be back on the radio here And congratulations to KP for having pizza on the way. Simple pleasures. Simple pleasures are the best. In fact, I spent about 3 or 4 years, the last 3 or 4 years, without eating any pizza at all. Yes, I did. And I recently had pizza again for the first time this past weekend, and it was from a lousy pizza chain at a party. And even though it was from a very lousy pizza chain, it was still wonderful because it was pizza. Yes, I'm one of those people that I really like it. I really like it. Now, let's see. What can I tell you while waiting to go back on the radio? I already told you about the hey, make it stick. Steve, thank you for checking out the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube. Please subscribe. Let's see. What can I tell you about while I'm waiting to go back on the radio? Let me look in the weird news file. Also, let me try to remember, because I saw some great stuff earlier today that I thought was interesting. Today is National Punctuation Day. I guess for people to feel great respect and love for apostrophes. Why would you have a National Punctuation Day? Honoring apostrophes and commas? Is punctuation going away thanks to texting? But today is National Punctuation Day. Also, I saw, what else? I saw a story. Let me find the story for you. There is a new electric car in China that has been declared the fastest car on the planet. They have clocked it at going 308 miles per hour. Now, I personally cannot imagine driving 308 miles per hour. I think I would probably wreck. I would run into things before I even noticed they were there if I was going 308 miles per hour. But that's the speed of the fastest car built in China. Now, the name, they call it, and I'm not making this up, the name of the fastest car in the world is the Yangwang U9 Extreme. Again, the Yangwang U9 Extreme. See, this is a name that if I had said it when I was a child, my mother would have washed my mouth out with soap. The Yangwang U9 Extreme. It sounds like Chinese cussing. It goes 308 miles per hour.
Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. Learn how podcasting can help your business at iHeartAdvertising.com.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry Show. It is 5:50. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes from Fox. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Hello, caller.
Hello, Uncle Henry. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Is this Tom?
This is Tom.
Tom, well, how you doing? Were you pleased with the election results?
Oh, I was excited. Very excited. Mobile won. Everyone in Mobile won. But what I wanted to call you about is for 6 months I worked on this campaign. And this gentleman that is now our mayor-elect was working hard, going out there, ringing those doorbells, and talking to people. Earlier you asked what it was about him that caused him to win.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you. The man resigned from being judge to run for mayor. Now, the reason, because he knows he could make a difference. He has a compassion, and he has a quality about him that he listens to people. And being a judge, you have to listen. And I'm going to tell you, I'm so happy because people are going to see a great change in Mobile. And I'm proud to have been working beside this gentleman.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad he made that kind of impression on you.
He did. And I've worked many a campaign with many a candidate. And I'm going to tell you, he's one of the hardest working people I have ever seen. And he has compassion about what he wants to do. And I think that people are going to be truly surprised.
All right. Hey, were you there last night at the big celebration?
Yes, I was. I was right there amongst all the nice people, and I saw people that I haven't seen in years. And we had a wonderful time. And, hey, what a way to kick off the best of Mobile. Things are going to change. I can see it. I can see it. We got planes, trains, and automobiles coming to Mobile, but it takes people. It takes people. And if everybody works together, you're going to see a change in Mobile.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you for your phone call. Thank you for talking about that.
Well, you're welcome, and you have a nice evening.
You too. There he goes, Tom, one of the people working on that campaign. And I've been fortunate enough, I guess, to meet the mayors that we've had. Well, going back to the city commission, of course, met Bob Doyle, Lambert Mims. I never met Gary Greeno in face-to-face, but I did watch him testify in person at the Lambert Mims trial. But since then, so I've met him. I met Arthur Outlaw and Mike Dow and Sam Jones and Standy Simpson and Spiro. Mayors usually are nice people. It's kind of hard to get elected if you're not a nice person, generally speaking. But I found Spiro to be, and it may be a generational thing, but very accessible. Many mayors have talked to me, and while being nice, you could tell that they wanted to be anywhere else but actually talking to me. And I did appreciate the times that I've been able to talk to Spiro Chirigatis, that he actually listened. He actually paid attention. And that is something I'm not used to. I won't name, there have been many mayors that did not want to listen. I won't name them. But Spiro did. So I think that'll probably translate even to you. Maybe you're listening and you're depressed that your candidate didn't win. Well, I think that this is a mayor that'll listen to you. So if you do have legitimate concerns, don't be afraid to take them to that mayor's office, because I think this is a mayor that'll listen to you. I say that time holds the answer to everything, and so we'll all find out together. I think it It was Fred Richardson that said, time holds the answer to everything. In time, we'll all know.
And time holds the answer to everything. In time, we'll all know.
Yes, we will. And I hope that what we know turns out to be very, very positive for the future of Mobile and all the people that live not only in Mobile, but all of the communities on the Gulf Coast that are affected by Mobile, whether they're in the city limits or not. All right, more to come. Uncle Henry Show continues after the Fox News break here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox on Tech.
Parents who claim their children were harmed by AI chat.
YouTube viewers, thank you for watching on YouTube, and those that subscribe, thank you so much for that. I'll be back tomorrow at the regular time unless I can think of some scheme or excuse. But I'll see you tomorrow. And more show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
That killing us, his parents, would be an understandable response to our efforts by just limiting his screen time.
That mom, along with every member on the panel, called for legislation